Hello, welcome back to another Sims 4 save file speed build. I got a lot to say and not a lot of time to say it in, so I'm gonna try to be as succinct as possible. But if you know me, you know I tend to ramble on and go on and on about details that don't matter. I can't help it, I'm really sorry. First, there's lots of pauses this time because I'm actually trying to follow a real life house plan, and it was a bit of a struggle. The house looked really small on the plan, but when I started getting it into The Sims, it became massive. So I tried. So this is the comfy cubby lot. That is so hard for me to say out loud. I can say it in my head just fine, but out loud, not a chance. And the story behind this is that there is a young adult sim living here. Her name is Lacey. She was living with her grandparents. They passed away, and they left her the house and all of their money so that she could start a business where she sells cameras, camera equipment, and some of her pictures that she takes. But also, it's a photo studio because she is a freelance photographer and she takes photos for companies for advertisements and stuff. And so that's kind of the backstory. uh this is now sort of, if you will, attached to the cemetery, which I didn't really do a speed build for because it's literally just an empty lot where you can place your Sims headstones and stuff. I did have to change it from a generic lot. Okay, so the lots that are uploaded on my gallery is generic lots. You need to change them to what you want them if you're going to download the versions that are on the gallery right now. Eventually here, I will do a video where I show you the things that I changed about the lots myself and upload those versions to the gallery so you don't have to mess with any of it if you don't want to. But it's a long story and I'll talk all about it in that video. To be very brief about it, generic lots don't work the way they used to when The Sims 4 first came out, and I didn't know that. So I used generic just as like a placeholder so people could do, whatever they wanted with them. Turn them into whatever kind of lot they wanted or whatever. But now I'm understanding that you can't use generic at all. On top of that, using generic caused some kind of glitch in my save file, and both of those lots reverted to residential lots, and now they're both decorated for Love Day, and I can't get them to undecorate and to not be not to have the game read them as residential lots. So that's one of the glitches I'm experiencing in my save file right now. There are lots of others, and it's not just glitches having to do with the new update and expansion pack. There are a lot of glitches involved with the update and expansion pack, and that is why I'm not doing any gameplay videos right now. I don't want to mess up my legacy save. I think that I've already badly messed up my save file, and I'm going to have to start it from scratch somehow and see if I can't fix the file, possibly. I'm not sure how I'm going to pull that off, though, without ruining all of the relationships that are there and the connections of family and stuff. I've never done that before, so I don't know how that works if you move families from one save file to another. But anyways, I may need to, because I also cheated on the grandfather to get him like all maxed out on everything, and that apparently messed him up and he wasn't able to retire, and it took him forever to die of old age. Like, I played for 7 hours in this house with this household, and he was already an elderly when I started the game up, and it took 7 hours of my real lifetime to get him to die of old age. I've literally never had an elder live that long IRL time. You know what I mean? So, and he couldn't retire from his job, so he worked to the very end because that was glitched. And now I'm having problems with Lacey because apparently the freelance careers have been broken for ages and they've never gotten fixed. So The Sims is kind of a mess right now, and that brings me to what I wanted to talk about. I am even more convinced with the release of the high school pack than I was, a year or so ago when I made that speed build where I talked about how I'm fairly certain that The Sims 4 is coming to an end. I am even more convinced now that The Sims 4 is coming to an end sooner rather than later. And I'm not like, I'm thinking 2 to 3 years maximum from the point of this video, not 5 or 6 years down the road. I do not think The Sims 4 has that many years left in it. It is, in my opinion, it is kind of starting to fall apart. There are starting to be a lot of incongruities with each additional expansion pack now. Starting with the high school one, they are putting redundant things in the game. Well, how do I explain this? Adding the high school pack should have changed the system. So anything related to high school previously should have been completely changed over to the new way that high schools are done. And it wasn't. And there's absolutely no cross compatibility with this pack at all with any other packs. That, to me, having played every iteration of The Sims since the middle of the year 2000 or so, that to me screams that The Sims 4 is fizzling out and it's coming to an end. And so the incongruities alone tell me that they're not caring anymore, that they're just adding content for the sake of adding content because they think this is what people want. And I'm not saying people don't want this, because they do. It's just not implemented in the ways that people want it to be implemented. I'm sorry. I have a gnat buzzing around my face right now, and for some reason the more I talk, the more it hovers right around my mouth, and it's driving me nuts. Anyways, and the fact that many glitches that are old glitches, like the freelance careers and stuff, are no longer being even looked at anymore to be fixed, also deeply speaks to the fact that this particular iteration of The Sims is coming to a close, and they're preparing for the future of The Sims right now. So, I'm not even sure I should be working on a save file, to be honest with you. If I should even bother continuing to build houses and families and stuff specifically for a save file. I am going to continue building and upload stuff to the gallery for sure, but specifically to make an entire save file, I don't know. I guess I'll continue with the save file, and instead of only focusing on the save file, I'll throw some challenges back in there as well from time to time, because I kind of miss doing build challenges and shell builds and stuff. So I'll throw some of those in from time to time rather than solely focusing on the save file. But I guess I can continue to do the majority of my builds for the save file, and then whatever happens, happens, right? I'm trying to be a little bit more go with the flow. At my age, I am trying to accept that I can't control the future, so just do what I want to do for now. But that just always makes me so nervous, to be honest. I feel like, am I putting my time and effort into something that's not gonna be worth it in the end? I don't know. I will definitely still continue with the long haul legacy, because not only was I realizing that I had barely scratched the surface of experiences in The Sims 4 because I get stuck in a rut, I also thought, if The Sims 4 does end in the next couple of years and I have barely experienced any of the gameplay in it, I'm going to be really mad at myself. So I want to experience all the gameplay I can while I can, before we all move on to The Sims 5. That was sort of my thought process. So going back specifically to this build, what you're seeing right here, this is all base game. And to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure I add any pack stuff into this at all until after I start playing with the family that I move in here. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, oh no, the version that you will get will have career reward objects and stuff from, gosh, I forget what career he was in. Like a programmer or something, a tech guru, I think, maybe, or something. I'm not 100% sure. I think the grandfather was a tech guru or something. So you will, the version that there will be two versions, sorry. One will be this version right here that you're watching. And then the second version will have his career reward objects in it as well. I don't think I went back and added any pack stuff though, now that I think about it, because I was waiting to play Lacey for a while, and then I was gonna come back and add other pack specific items to the house that would be like almost in a way exclusive to the full save file, or maybe I would update the house file, the house on the gallery down the road or something. I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember what my thought process was, or if maybe I was just going to leave this predominantly base game. That might have been my thought process, that there's nothing wrong with leaving a few houses here and there predominantly base game, or base game and the one expansion pack that belongs to the world that I'm building in. Because that desert home that I built, where I massively mixed all the packs together, I've been trying for days to fix that and make a base game only version of that, and it has been virtually impossible. So I hope you're enjoying this speed build. Leave it in the comments what you think. Maybe your thoughts on the future of The Sims 4 and everything is drastically different from mine, and you can change my mind on how I'm feeling about The Sims 4 coming to an end soon. I don't know, I'm open to anything. I kind of would like to see The Sims 4 continue, but also kind of want to move on at the same time. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and enjoy these screenshots, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.